The message of these facts are all put there to deepen our knowledge, and time repeats things over again and again. And so this is what we face today. And I am not surprised. The public is surprised, some of them, at the deviation of Malcolm or my son, Wallace. At the deviation of Malcolm, let me close, zoom in on that for y'all, so you won't think I'm lying. You know how y'all get. All right. At the deviation of Malcolm or my son, Wallace. I am not surprised, but they cannot yet say that I am not the messenger of the law. They cannot take that away from me. I am not surprised. They cannot say that I am not the messenger of the law. They cannot take that away from me. See, when you take and represent the teachings, they could player hate all day long. But at the end of the day, you be like, okay, if this bull crap, what you're saying is true, how the heck did he do all this good? How did she do all this good? Because the law was with them for real. Now, we ready to go into a quote directly from Imam Warfdeen Muhammad. All right. Now, this is the first official interview with the Supreme Minister of the Nation of Islam, March 21st, 1975, published in Muhammad Speaks. All right. Now, remember, we just read on page 306 to 308 in 1965, Messenger Elijah Muhammad said, I knew about these boys 34 years ago, some of them. 34 years ago from 1965. Let's do the math. It's calculated over here, but we just round it off. Say 1931. Before Wallace was born, the messenger knew about him. Huh? Before Malcolm thought of anything, when he's still getting his wisdom to his baby teeth in, the messenger was told about him from Master Fard Muhammad himself. This is the thing that people don't understand. You hear all this spooky hadiths running around. I mean, they be like, the message, the 1975, we found Wallace because Master Muhammad said that he was going to be a great help to his father. It's like, nah, nonsense, spookism, fear, cowardism, no. The messenger suspended his son numerous times, kicked him out. He publicly was like, look, I don't believe in Master Muhammad. And this is the one y'all following? Come on. I mean, this is what's really basically happening here. 1931, Master Muhammad is going by the name W.D. Muhammad. He comes into the Lamb house, and he explained to the messenger's wife who had stomach cancer. She didn't even know it, but the Savior knew it. And mathematically, he knew that she would have a son. And he would be a help in the sense of he would separate the pretenders from the defenders. He would separate the wheat from the tares, as it says in prophecy. You can't go cut down the weeds or the tares. You got to let the tares and the weed grow together because tares look just like wheat. I mean, this dude got on an FY uniform. He got on his bow ties and look, he got WFM on his chest. He got the same FY uniform every other FY is wearing all over the Nation of Islam. But the uniform don't make you a true believer. You can have on a hoodie, a t-shirt, and be a true follower of Elijah Muhammad. You know what I mean? But the short version is, the simple version is this. He wrote the name of Wallace on the back door of the house and explained to the messenger, listen, this baby is going to come in your front door, believer, and go out your back door, disbeliever. Give him my name. The messenger's like, your name. He's like, I'm not going to use that name no more. Don't call me W.D. Muhammad no more. Give that name to your son that's yet to be born. Call me W.F. Muhammad. I'm going by the name Fard, obligatory. You know what I mean? One who must be obeyed. So he went from W.D. Muhammad to W.F. Muhammad. In 1933, Imam Warfdeen Muhammad was born. But the messenger said the man who was to be king had yet to be known. That was Solomon. 1933, Imam Warfdeen Muhammad was born. But 1933, Minister Louis Farrakhan was born. Huh? Think about it. Here's one coming from the Christian Bible through a back door, but going out the front door a believer. He came in a disbeliever, but he went out a believer. Regardless of the mistakes that any of us made, he's going out as a believer, a true follower of Elijah Muhammad, representative. Wallace was born in the Nation of Islam. That don't make him the royal blood. That bloodlines don't mean nothing when it comes to the truth. Is you crazy? How the heck we gonna say someone is a believer because they're related to somebody? Come on. I mean, in the hood, you know good and well, your own homies will set you up. Your own cousins will set you up for the bag. Everything's real. Ain't nothing spooky in the spiritual system. But Wallace publicly in 1975, he said something important. He publicly said this about Master Fard Muhammad and his mother, and Master Fard Muhammad putting that name on the back door of the house. Now, one thing Wallace isn't addressing here that we need to take in consideration is, how can you say Master Fard Muhammad is not God and then cherry pick and be like, oh, but some kind of way he knew about me before I was born? He knew that this nation would fall and I would come in as an element of that nation of Islam. Now look at this word for word. I'm going to give it to y'all word and I'm going to show it to y'all. Okay. This is page 13. Muhammad Speaks, March 21st, 1975. Here's the picture of the Honorable Wallace D. Muhammad, Supreme Minister of the Nation of Islam. Interesting enough, the picture is by a brother named Alif Muhammad. Not me. Interesting though. All right. Now, it's a lot here, but I highlight the part. Now, here's the question. Muhammad Speaks. Let's see if I can get that a little clearer for y'all. What did Master W.D. Fard Muhammad tell your father about you before your birth, and when was this first revealed to you and by whom? Supreme Minister, talking about Wallace D. Muhammad, quote, I couldn't truthfully say who revealed it to me first, but I can only remember my mother because she kept it before me. He said, my mother, because she kept it before me. She told me that before I was born. She told me that before I was born, while I was growing in her, my name was put on the door, on the back of the door in chalk by Master W.F. Muhammad. Think about that, family. Master Fard Muhammad wrote his name on the back of the door. According to him, his mother kept it before him. He said, I can only remember my mother because she kept it before me. So his mom, knowingly or unknowingly, had to keep instilling that in Imam Warfdi Muhammad. Psychologically, you gotta understand the DNA, the conscious and the subconscious, the id, the ego, and all the variables that's taking place, the events in his life, him going to the penitentiary, the message of spending money helping Muhammad Ali, and him not spending that money to keep Wallace out of jail. The message like, come on, man, take your behind the jail. I mean, some of my best ministers come out the penitentiary. Now, I mean, y'all so soft. I mean, you guys talking about you're a soldier. The message like, I went to the penitentiary. Master Fard Muhammad went to the penitentiary. Father Law went to the, I mean, Malcolm went to, what's up with you, man? You ready to snitch? What, you ready to sing on me? And it was actually while in prison, Wallace actually psychologically made that break from his father and got into this orthodox stuff, in my opinion. So I ain't going to deviate from there. That's a whole nother video. But he explained, I couldn't truthfully say who revealed it to me first, but I can only remember my mother because she kept it before me. She told me that before I was born, while I was growing in her, my name was put on the door, on the back of the door in chalk by Master W.F. Muhammad. He told her and my father, he told not just Sister Claire Muhammad, but also Messenger Elijah Muhammad, according to Imam Warfdi Muhammad himself in 1975, he told her and my father that the baby would be a boy. Now, this is before, you go, they could take a test and you could see the baby moving in there. Know what I mean? They didn't have the DNA mapped out and all that kind of stuff. But Master Muhammad knew it was going to be a boy. He told her and my father that the baby would be a boy and a helper to his father. I recall also my father telling me many times that he asked for a boy and was told that he would get a boy. Now keep in mind, the messenger already had boys. You know what I mean? He already had boys with an S on it. But this was a special boy. This was a special child. Imam Warthi Muhammad was born to do the work that he's did. He wanted a boy to help him in his work. He was asked to give the promise that if he received a boy, he would let the boy help him in his work. So here is the messenger saying that. And historically, years later, his son taking a picture, it's Master Muhammad on the mantelpiece on the wall, the messenger sitting there, and Wallace holding him, and then holding the Quran. Now, I mean, prop photo, of course, but it's beautiful. The Quran, Wallace, the messenger, Master Muhammad. So basically, it's like reversing this: Master Muhammad, Down Balaji Muhammad, Imam Warthi Muhammad. Now we spooky, we Orthodox Muslims. We follow the Salafi or whatever the case may be. Know what I mean? So Wallace subconsciously was born to do exactly what he did. So the will of Allah must be done. Know what I mean? So I don't, I'm not surprised when I read and hear about the Antichrist. I mean, these things had to come to pass. The good thing is, unlike 1975, when the believers had a hush mouth in the temple, as the messenger put it, when they just followed and obeyed because someone was the divine representative of the nation of Islam, the supreme minister, as he was called at the time. Now, I mean, they just went along with that. Now, I mean, they tossed him up as being the champion of the people, when it's like, y'all tossing up the darn Antichrist. So an FOI that studied the teachers be like, what the heck is y'all? Listen carefully, y'all. This Savior's Day, y'all forgetting about Master Farah Muhammad. Is somebody gonna say Allah came to person, Master Farah Muhammad, to more praise? That's what the messenger used to say. That's let me go back. No, that's their Savior's Day, and you could see the tapes and all that kind of stuff. Know what I mean? But the messenger taught us in his last Savior's Day. He said again, I like to quote, and as I close out, he said, for 43 years, I've been teaching that God is man. Know what I mean? He said, every time you look at the black man, you're looking at God. Now, 1975 Savior's Day, if you listen carefully, you can hear and see, actually, like you literally, like you look at, say, the older Savior's Days and listen to the minister speaking. And that Savior's Day is real unique. It's nuances there. Like, one of the things that caught my attention is they all had notes. I mean, they reading from the notes, and the ones that don't, they get a little hyped up, and you can see them like, oh man, I mean, they like, get this dude off the roster. I mean, and Herbert Muhammad, you see him like he really running everything behind the scenes. Know what I mean? And you got all this nation money and property taking place, and there's like all this politics taking place, people lives being put in jeopardy. Know what I mean? And at the end of the day, Wallace took over the Nation of Islam, and the wisdom of Wallace D. Muhammad, the supreme minister of the Nation of Islam, dismantled the Nation of Islam. Now, oh yeah, I did say that. I don't know if I can find it right now, but I probably have to put in. There's so much literature here, but I did mention that when Wallace was in Philadelphia at the Civic Center, he put up the American flag, giant American flag, let's just say it that matter. But that's not that important for right now. I'm gonna take an close out right there for y'all. But we're gonna try to make this book available for y'all, in case somebody wanna get a copy of it. Try to scan it or something. I mean, I might have it somewhere already. I'm not sure, but the literature, I definitely would recommend that a person study Wallace, because he was, I could see how he got the ministers. This dude, he knew his stuff. You know what I mean? True. And me personally, I remember when I was like about 19, 20, somewhere around there, I used to read his books, And, you know, it used to turn my stomach. He used to say some real slanderous things about his pop and Masfar Muhammad. But at the same time, he used to drop some jewels about the Bible, the Quran. You know what I mean? He definitely, you know, was growing in his wisdom and theology and direction. And basically at the end of the day, they basically dismantled the Nation of Islam, and the believers became disbelievers. And we went from a white slave master to an Arab slave master. Peace and blessings, family. The struggle continues. Make sure y'all like and subscribe this channel so these devils won't shut it down. You know they're going to shut it down. They already took down 400 of my videos. I didn't take them down. That devil took 400 videos and destroyed them. You know what I mean? So I don't like that. So now I always try to make an extra copy. I thought that I was making copies by posting them all the time on my Facebook page. But come to find out, once they delete it, it's deleted on Facebook, it's deleted on Insta, it's deleted everywhere. I was like, oh man. Now, I mean, a couple of videos some people copied, a couple of the economic stuff, whatever. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm still here. The struggle continues. Salam Allah. Peace to the gods and earths. Assalamu alaikum, family. One love.